Hey guys, it's me, English teacher Matthew, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about 10 adjectives you can use to describe your job. The first word I'm going to teach you is challenging. Challenging. If a job is challenging, then it tests your abilities. It tests what you can do. So for me, one job that I think that is very challenging is a job in sales, because if you are working in sales, you have to try to sell sell a product, sell goods to somebody, and that can be quite tricky, trying to persuade them to buy something. So I think being a sales assistant or being a salesman or a saleswoman can be very challenging. The second word I'm going to teach you is monotonous. Monotonous. If your job is monotonous, then your job is very routine. You do the same task every day, all day. So for example, I think working in a call center, working on a telephone, can be quite monotonous, because you are just taking phone calls or making phone calls all day long. So monotonous. One synonym of monotonous is boring, but a monotonous, I think, is very, very, very boring. The next word I'm going to teach you is rewarding. Rewarding. If a job is rewarding, it makes you feel good because it's useful. Maybe you're changing somebody's life. So for example, I think being a teacher is a very rewarding job, because you are helping someone to learn something, to improve their knowledge, and to improve their ability. So I definitely think being a teacher is a rewarding job. The next word is motivating. Motivating. If your job is motivating, then it makes you want to do better. It makes you want to succeed, maybe because of the job itself, maybe because of the colleagues or the clients, maybe the customers. The atmosphere, the environment in your work makes you want to do better and succeed. Maybe one motivating job could be a coach, maybe a basketball coach or a football soccer coach. I think those jobs could be motivating. What do you think? And the next word is demanding. Demanding. If a job is demanding, then it requires you to work very, very hard under a lot of pressure, and maybe you may have to work long hours as well. I think a good example of a demanding job is a doctor or a nurse. They are under a lot of pressure and stress, and they have to work long hours too. So I feel sorry for all of the doctors and nurses who have to work so much, but take care of everybody in their society. The next word is tedious. Tedious. Tedious is very similar to monotonous, means very boring. But I think with tedious, it can also make you a little impatient, because it's so boring. So for example, I think one job that would be very tedious maybe would be working in a factory, maybe as a box packer, putting things into boxes all day long. So tedious. The next word I'm going to teach you is hazardous. Hazardous. If your job is hazardous, then it's risky. It's unsafe. It's not a safe job. There maybe is a risk of you getting injured or dying. So I guess being a truck driver could be hazardous, and maybe being an airline pilot could be hazardous as well. And the next word I'm going to teach you is dead end. Dead end. A dead end job is a job where you have no hope of progression, maybe no hope of promotion. I think for me, one dead-end job I can think of is being a waiter or waitress, because I don't think there are many positions you could be promoted to in a waitress or a waiter's job. What do you think? Now, the next word I'm going to teach you is steady. Steady. A steady job is a job where basically it's very hard to lose it. It's very hard to get fired, maybe. It's a constant and a regular job that you probably don't need to worry about too much. So I guess working in IT right now could be a pretty steady job, because I think the IT industry is a booming industry currently. It's an industry that is growing. And the last word is stressful. Stressful. If your job is stressful, then it makes you worried a lot. It's always on your mind. And I think being a police officer could be a stressful job, because they are always putting their life on the line to keep our communities and societies safe. And I guess that can be quite stressful for them. But maybe you would say being an English language student would be quite stressful, right? So thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you learned something new. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to see more videos, then please press the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed today's video, please like too. And until next time, keep practicing.